Now in this session we are going to see the material science module 5 where Fermi energy in a semiconductor and Hall effect. Now expression for Fermi level in an intrinsic semiconductor. Now in this earlier session we have seen the concentration of electron charge carriers is given by Ne is equal to 4 root 2 pi m is kT by h square whole to the power of 3 by 2 e to the power of Ef minus Eg by kT. Similarly, the concentration of whole charge carriers is given by NH is equal to 4 root 2 pi mh star kT by h square whole to the power of 3 by 2 e to the power of minus Ef by kT. So, the concentration of electrons is equation 1 and concentration of holes is equation 2. But for an intrinsic semiconductor, Ne is equal to NH. What is an intrinsic semiconductor? Number of electrons is equal to number of holes when there is no impurity p-type or n-type being added up. So, number of electrons is equal to number of holes in an intrinsic semiconductor. So equating 1 and 2 and rearranging the terms from equating 1 and 2, and we get here this equation as Me star whole to the power of 3 by 2 e to the power of Ef minus Eg by kT is equal to Mh star whole to the power of 3 by 2 e to the power of minus Ef by kT. The other two terms gets equated, so they get cancelled on both sides of the equation. Now if you see the rearranging the terms, e to the power of 2 Ef minus Eg by kT is equal to Mh star by Me star whole to the power of 3 by 2. Now this equation taking natural log on both the sides, e power comes down to the normal state and 3 by 2 ln of Mh star by Me star. So what is happening? Rearranging the terms in this equation, cross multiplying Ef is equal to 3 by 4 kT ln Mh star by Me star plus Eg by 2. This equation has come from the above equation. If you rearrange the terms, bring this kT towards the right hand side and multiply cross multiplying Ef by Ef minus Eg. If you separate the terms, Eg comes to the RHS. So 2 comes to the denominator, 3 by 2 becomes 3 by 4 and Eg by 2. Practically Me star is equal to Mh star, therefore ln 1 goes to 1, therefore Ef is equal to Eg by 2. That means Fermi level is in the middle of the energy gap of a semiconductor. Here this expression is totally a little bit mathematical expressions which you have to do a little bit of the cross multiplying and rearranging the terms. You will be getting here properly. So this is that means Ef is equal to Eg by 2 means that means Fermi energy level is exactly at the center of the energy gap. Eg by 2 Fermi energy. Eg is the gap means Eg by 2. That means Ef is exactly in the middle of the band gap for an intrinsic semiconductor. Next we go with the Hall effect. What is a Hall effect? When it is the name of a scientist Hall. When magnetic field is applied perpendicular to the direction of the current in a conductor, a potential difference develops along the direction perpendicular to that current and the magnetic field. This effect is called as a Hall effect. That means when the magnetic field is applied perpendicular to the direction of the current in the conductor, a potential difference is developed along the direction perpendicular to both the current and the magnetic field. This effect is called as a Hall effect. You can see here the current is along the x-axis. Now we see here, you can see here current is along the x-axis and the magnetic field is along the y-axis. We see what exactly is been happening here. Consider a rectangular slab of an n-type semiconductor carrying a current I along the x-axis, positive x-axis. Magnetic field is applied along the minus z directions. Here magnetic field is applied along the minus z directions. Now according to Fleming's left hand rule, Lorentz force on the electrons is along the positive y-axis. Now if you see here, current is along the x-axis, magnetic field is along the negative z directions, and therefore what is happening? The Fleming's left hand rule which says that the potential is developed along the positive x-axis. As a result, density of electrons increases on the upper side of the material and the lower side becomes relatively positive. Electrons move towards a positive y-axis. Therefore, upper part of the body slab is having a negative charges and lower part becomes a positively charged. So potential developed is nothing but VH, called as a Hall voltage. Due to the separation of charges, there exists a voltage developed. That voltage is called as a Hall voltage. Next, we are going to see the expressions here. Expression for electron concentration. At equilibrium, Lorentz force is equal to the force due to electron. That means BeVd is equal to EH. So, rearranging the terms, EH is equal to BVD, which is nothing but the equation 1. If L is the distance between the upper and the lower faces of the slab. If you look at the diagram, here I have given here the length of the dimensions. L is given by, the width of is given by L, and the thickness of the slab is given by D. L and D. So the same thing here. L is the distance between the upper and the lower surface of the slab. You can see here upper and lower surface of the slab is given by L. So the same thing here. L is the distance between the upper and lower surface of the slab. But EH is equal to V by L. Previously I told you the relation between the electric field and the potential. V is equal to E into D. Here rearranging the terms, EH is equal to VH by L. Equation 2. EH is equal to L. VH is equal to L into EH. From the, and also we know that from BH is L into EH is equal to L B into VD. This is equation 3. Now the current density J is given by I by A, that is nothing but NEVD. But we know that here I by A can be written as area can be written as length L into D. Therefore J is equal to I by A, which is nothing but I by LD. Also we know that J is equal to NEVD. So we have NEVD is equal to I by LD. Now from these equations 1, 2 and 3 we can say that VD is equal to I by NEVD, which is not NELD, which is nothing but the equation 4. So from 3 and 4, what is the value of, substitute the value of 4 into equation 3. Therefore we are getting VH is equal to LBI by NELD. Rearranging and doing all the simplification L and L, we get BI by NE into D, which is equation 5. Now the charge concentration N, rearranging the charge concentration N is equal to BI into EdVH. This is nothing but rearranging the terms in the equation 5. N is taken out, so BE by EVH into D becomes the equation 6. Now expression for the Hall coefficient. Hall field is directly proportional to the current density J and the magnetic field B. The relation between Hall coefficient and the magnetic field B is given by EH is equal to JB. The Hall field is proportional to current density and the magnetic field. EH is proportional to J and B, which is nothing but equation 7. Removing the constant of proportionality symbol, we are putting a removing that proportionality, we are putting a constant value. RH is a Hall coefficient. EH is equal to RH into JB. So from equation 1 and 6 and J is equal to NEVD, we are getting equation 1 and 6. If you go to this equation, we know the value of N, we know the value of equation from equation 1 and value of N value. Substituting here, RH is equal to EH by JB. So from 1 and 6 and also substituting the value of J, you will be getting RH is equal to VH by D into BI, or RH is equal to 1 by NE. This gives the expression for the Hall coefficient. Now expression for the mobility of a charge carriers. Mu is equal to VD by E. This already I have defined you. Mu is equal to VD by E. So current density J is equal to sigma E, and we know that J is equal to NEVD is equal to sigma E. Substituting the values, NEVD is nothing but mu into E, NE mu E into E is equal to sigma E. So from equation 9, J is equal to NEVD, we know that mobility of the charge carriers, EE gets cancelled, 1 by NE becomes RH, so sigma into RH. This is the mobility of the charge carriers. Hall effect can be used to determine the type of a semiconductor, whether it is a P-type or an N-type. Also, Hall effect can be used to calculate the carrier concentration and the mobility. It is also used to calculate the magnetic flux density B, and also used to determine the power in the electromagnetic wave. So these are the some of the what are the uses of Hall effect, which we can we can determine the type of a semiconductor. We can calculate the carrier concentration and mobility, determine the magnetic flux. So Hall effect can be used. Thank you.